Oh, all right, here we are on the crosswalk over the track, and we're looking at turn 1 on the track. And that's a Model S up there, isn't it? All right, just did a Model S Plaid going around this track. There goes the Lightning right now. Okay, well, anyway, so it took an hour waiting in the line to drive the car. This was a Model S Plaid. It was awesome. So they had the speed limit chime set to 50 miles an hour. And the guy said if I went over 55 3 times, he'd have to take over. Whoops, okay. So some of the turns I was actually only going 40 miles an hour, but whatever. It was awesome. And I thought, you know, it would take a lot of work to, of course, we're not going over 50, right? I thought it would take a lot of work to stay on the track, and no, it didn't at all. As long as you paid attention, it was easy to anticipate where the turns were. Anyway, and guess what? They gave me a belt buckle when I was done. Haha, special prize. Yeah, everybody got a belt buckle, but everybody who drove a Tesla got a belt buckle, I believe. Anyway, onward, upward. Okay, here we go. For driving a Tesla Model S Plaid on the COTA track, I got this Tesla Giga Texas belt buckle. And there's the belt buckle. Yahoo. All right, so I guess I was in too big a rush to get back. So I didn't record any video about the track drive I did on Sunday. All right, so I was up at the Tesla booth and we were talking. The suggestion was, well, you should go try an X. Well, I've driven an X. I know what an X is. I mean, I'm very comfortable with an X. Other than, yeah, don't give me one with a yoke. No. But that's like with the Model S. I don't want an S with a yoke. Okay? Anyway, so went through their sign-up process at the Tesla booth. Went down, got a ride with the Lightning. I mean, wow, that's so. If I was in the market for a pickup, I'd be thinking about. Although I think I would rather get the Rivian. I mean, but if I wanted a work truck, the Lightning would be it. Right? You can't get a Silverado. I have doubts that GM will ever figure out how to put it out. Okay? The Cybertruck, Elon agreed that there was at least 1 million reservations, and at 200 or 300,000 a year being built. It was 200, right? Somewhere around there. Maybe 250. It's going to take years before, even if I ordered it right now, it'd be years before it came in. And I'm not sure where I would park it. I mean, the guy I was talking to the day before, he ordered a Cybertruck and he said, "Oh, it'll fit in the garage." Like, yeah, I don't think so. The Model S barely fit in my garage. Although, to be fair, the Cybertruck's not all that much longer. I mean, it just would be very, very tight. So, no. Anyway, whatever. Peace and harmony. So, being pulled by the Lightning, that was nice. Okay. Nobody made any discussion about that. They're all talking about the cars they're going to test drive. And they had Lightnings going around the track too. So, I mean, if I had the time, yes. I mean, but I would have signed up for the Mustang Mach-E. The Mach-E is the one I wanted to take around the track if I was to go for a third time. Okay, whatever. So anyway, I'm signing for a Model X. I go through all this stuff. I get the track waiver thing. Yes, you sign the Tesla waiver for driving the car. You sign the track waiver for driving on the track. I don't know. I guess if you do it often enough, you sign some piece of paper that's more permanent. But whatever. I mean, it's all the stuff that make you go through. Okay, so when I actually step up to the door in the pit, yes, we tell all the people having test drives or companies took over some pit, whatever you call it, pit room. Although the one we were in, it looked like it was 4 cars wide. Right? I'm not sure what that means, if it's 4 cars wide. Although some of the F1 manufacturers run an A team, which was two cars, and then they run a B team, which is 2 cars. The only question is who's sponsoring which team, right? But Mercedes, so Mercedes just has an A team, but there are other people who buy Mercedes, whatever it is, I don't know. Anyway, whatever. So when I step in the door, yes, I'm signed up for the X. Oh, look at the line. Oh, it's almost out the door. I look over and there's the Y line. It's half the length. Okay, Model Y. What? It's one of those experiences where how often do you get to drive around the track? Right? I've run around the track. Was a half marathon? I've forgotten how far it was. I think maybe it was a marathon. Okay. I mean, I've run around the track. I mean, it was all over the place. But I can tell you that the track is just longer than a 5K, which is 3.1 miles. Whoa. Okay. Anyway, step up. The line is moving reasonably well. Get up. My turn to drive. Okay, so the guy's explaining to me what I'm supposed to do. I drove yesterday, so I kind of know what the rules are. And since I did drive yesterday, I kind of know where I'm supposed to be looking for the guys directing me out. And while I was standing there in line, I saw that there was the guy who was supposed to be stopping vehicles on the pit road. There's a 94 went right by him. Oh, while he's stopping vehicle. Now it's 2 lanes, so maybe they just, who knows? That's scary. I also heard a rumor that somebody got loose with a Model S, and so the Model S is not all that great, but whatever. So there's one less Model S in the fleet going around the track, I guess. Okay, whatever. So I get to the Model Y, and we finally get up to the track entrance, the start, and I push on the accelerator, and there's like, and you want me to do what? And I asked the guy, which kind of Y is this? And so he tells me it's a long range. Now I have a long range, right? So, I mean, long range isn't a slouch, but when you're comparing it to a Model S Plaid, yeah, they're not in the same place. But whatever, it's not going to matter too much. So I'm just going around the track real smooth. I'm catching up to a Model X that's in front of me. Now, they never, the guy I was with today on this track drive, and the guy before, they weren't quite sure if you're allowed to pass or not. I mean, if they're telling the drivers that you don't have to worry about who's behind you, then you shouldn't pass somebody who's not looking for you, right? Then you don't do that.
Especially if you're following some crazy grandpa guy, Grandpa Ray guy. Oh man. Because actually I'm going all over the track. Just kind of like, I mean, you can only go 50, 55. So it's not like you're testing these cars. It's just whatever, peace and harmony. So, okay, so I'm catching up to an X. And I notice in my mirror that there's an X catching up to me. So here I am in a Model Y between two X's. And then I notice there's a couple other Teslas mixed in behind me too. So let's see, that's three, there's five Teslas. Okay, so I look past the X. What's in front of that X? It's a VinFast. VF9, yeah, 9, I guess. Anyway, it was like, oh, come on. Whatever. I mean, so sometimes you slow down, and then you enjoy a little acceleration, and then you get a ding, and you back off, and, you know, it's just fun. So, in the Y, things felt more slower and more controlled. And part of that's just the driving I was doing. It's not the Y. I mean, the Y could easily go over 100 miles an hour, right? If you're someplace where you go, so I think it goes to 130. I think is the max speed. The max speed's governed, right? That's why you get a Tesla Model 3 Performance. Then you can go 145 or something like that. But where would you do that? Anyway, whatever. So peace and harmony. We're having we're just going around. I'm having fun trying to pretend what it'd be like to come to the outside, then cut to the apex and go back to the outside and set up for the next turn. Not doing anything wild. I mean, I'm under 50, so it's not like. On the other hand, yeah, I'm doing 50. So I will say this: as long as I'm here, let's notice what's going on with the car. So I'll say that the 2023 Model Y, long range or dual motor, the suspension's a lot smoother than mine. Mine's a 2022. And I know that's one of the things they worked on. They said that they tried to smooth out the suspension. They did that pretty good. Okay. So anyway, I mean, if nothing else, I got to drive a car around the COTA track. Now, not all of it, because we came in pit lane, went to the pits. So the main grandstand, we didn't drive that part. Okay, fine. It was. Let me say this for all of you going like, but Electrify Expo can't be very interesting. What kind of fun could it possibly be? Okay, if you want to be able to say, I drove COTA, go and test drive a car out on the track. Even if it's a VinFast VF9. Right? Oh, you'll get with a VF9, you'll get the satisfaction of those wheels squealing. Wee, wee. Yeah. Whew. Peace and harmony, whatever, it's cool. It's just fun, that's all. Okay? So, if for no other reason, if it's something that you would like to do, I would suggest, if you have a chance, go do it. If it's if it's in that category, I mean, what it costs $20 ticket price, $10 parking. Okay, so it costs you $30 to go test drive a Tesla Model S Plaid. Or, okay, Tesla Model Y, long range. Or you can go drive it. They had Lightnings. You go test drive a Lightning. You know, what's interesting is Rivian wasn't there. It would have been interesting to drive a Rivian around there, an R&T. You know who else is missing? GM. Not a single Chevy there. Although there might have been some personal bolts there. Right? Whatever. So anyway, finish up the drive. Cool. Get to the table where they're giving out the belt buckles, and today they have a different guy. He says, "Oh, well, you have to configure a car." Dude, I'm already late getting back, and I did every shortcut I could in time. No, I'm not going to configure a car. Besides, what's that? Oh, you can't see it. I've configured a Tesla Model Y. And I've configured a Tesla Model 3 Performance. So I know what that is. Okay, whatever. Peace and harmony. Just goes to show that sometimes they change the rules on you as you go. But I do have a pair of Cybertruck with the owl. So there's 2 pairs of socks. I got a t-shirt. And I have a belt buckle. All Tesla. So awesomeness. That was fun. Okay. So there you go. And then of course in the separate video, when we're walking back from the test drive area, I told Big Turkey, here comes Model S. So she starts screaming, Model S is the fastest. Model S is the best. I mean, that was just funny. Now you don't get to see the whole thing I saw, but I didn't know she was going to do that. Awesome. Anyway, yes. Is it worth it to you to come test drive? Well, so like they did one on Long Island. What? Yes. I don't think they have a track there at the Long Island one. Although, so for those of you who didn't hear, the Mustang Mach-E, they had a highly modified Mach-E, and they were doing the one lucky person got to sit in that car. Now, they had 2 other Mach-E's that were somewhat modified, and they were doing their little spin routines, but they're not quite as customized as the Red Bull one. It's a Red Bull. Anyway, so you want to go see that. That was cool too. Now, I only glanced at it. I'm sorry, I'm on a time budget here. Anyway, I'm not sure where else they had the. I mean, there's one Electrify Expo's where? Somewhere in California. Vancouver maybe was another one. But the one in Austin, because we were part of the COTA track, you could drive the COTA track. Okay? Let me know when you've done it. Yeah, I'm the boss. All right, there you go. Yes. It's kind of like a lifetime adventure. No, anyway, a high watermark, so to speak. But anyway, cool. If you have a chance, you can do it. I would suggest you go do it. Even though, if you're like me, I already have 2 Teslas. I'm not going to buy another Tesla. At least I have no plans to buy another Tesla or another car. I already have a perfect 2-car garage from my perspective. Now, who knows? I mean, something may happen in the future, but I'm not planning on it for the moment. Anyway, if you can come in for somebody's birthday was that weekend. Anyway, If you can come in and do it, I would suggest you do it. Just, it's a long wait in line, but it's fun. There you go.